storm, you should ring the alarm. I'm crushing shit like I'm King Kong. These niggas think they dropping bombs. I'm heading to the upper echelon. You and that Tonka truck ain't got enough power to try to rump with us. Not even Giannis gonna stop me from trying to get these bucks. Think you buff? I bet you a slug, I'll make you shrivel up. So illustrious like the MOBB. I've been killing shit since back when we was burning CDs. Easy, these lames couldn't see me in the metaverse. Every time I spit, I follow up with a better verse. Shit has to go bad before it gets worse. Product on the rise, just remember where you heard it first, nigga.
Yo, it's majestic how I keep the spirits uplifted. And some go crazy and they need a bed for respite. No more hand to hand cause my penmanship's prolific. And some are 2 paychecks away from becoming evicted. Welfare cases closed face to face with no Medicaid. Can't pay for no surgery, rather living in pain. I got nothing but me, my words in my brain.
Yeah, that's how it is. Yesterday, Solid Hex and I, we got together and we launched a token called Soy Me, to how you say it, edify Soy Me, and who is one of our, we consider cornerstone of the ecosystem,
right?
And I kind of told him, on Twitter, I was like, you can either pump this or not pump it, but hold these tokens, or dump them. And instead of holding or dumping, what he did is he decided to just put them in kind of limbo by using V3 infinite liquidity, one-sided infinite liquidity. And what that does, that destroys the possibility of price pumps, right? So I was disappointed that he did that. We'll see. He pissed off the wrong. He pissed off the wrong guy. Not me, but Solid Hex. Solid Hex, like, oh, okay, all right. That's how you want to play this game. We'll go a different direction. I think that if we continue this in this bull market, and we do have an alliance, and we figure this thing out with other groups, like we've been talking about. Crypto Cash is going to talk to me about something, and the Hex Fire, which is Chris Mann's project, and we have Access Alive. We all come together as an alliance on Pulse Chain, and we all help each other out. So Crypto Sloth is a member as well. RG3 is a member. What's his name? Jeez. Who's the one in Washington State that has his new project coming out soon? Gravity. X-Ray Vision. You got X-Ray Vision in there.
Yeah. He's Utah, but X-Ray Vision with the Forge.
The Forge is. They're not in our group, but a bunch of the Forge council members are in no permissions. We got Luna in no permissions. She's a baller. She's our meme coin baller.
A resident meme baller.
Our teddy bear guru. She knows all the teddy bear shit. So.
Shot caller. You got 2 fucks. Fast Abdul, Yellow Cake.
Crispy Man,
Kinetics.
It's like the group is amazing, man. The stuff that we get to talk about in the strategy calls is when we first started, it was mostly just my knowledge being passed on, right? But now we've got folks coming in. Jay Gold, from UpX, he comes in and shares. We've had Just Ask Jesse come in twice and share his alpha. I love it, man. It's just getting better and better all the time. By the end of this bull cycle, I tell you guys what I'm selling, or what I'm buying stuff. Came out with his big sell wall that no one could pump through anymore. It was $5 million sell wall. So we decided to do this on our own. Instead of including a third actor in this community, in this token, we just, I told Solid Hex, I said, why don't you just put it in your name, man? And I think you're muted. Brother. That's you're muted.
Yeah, even Walrus. Like, I can never get into coins early.
Neither can I. I never have any luck. I wait till things calm down normally. You might want to put it on a 1 minute chart. Just get some excitement going. What about the 600X? So some of us were sell liquidity. Pay attention, man. There's all the Twitter today. If you would have saw,
Thank you.
Okay, now tell me this: if you saw Soyme's deck screener last night, you would have seen, and you were keeping up. This is crypto, folks. If you would have saw some dude put a $5 million sell wall, what is the first thing you think? It's going to be difficult to pump, and the whole idea was to pump the shit out of the token, and he could have a nice reward from it. But he chose to destroy it instead of pump it. If you're pissed about something, go talk to Somi.
You're barking up the wrong tree, right? Like,
yeah.
Literally.
X didn't put the sell wall. Somi put the sell wall. And the whole thing, if you saw my original tweet, was, okay, what kind of actor is Somi going to be? Is he going to be a benevolent actor and let this thing fly? Or is he going to be soy? And he chose soy.
Right. Well, you see people's true colors. I mean, it is what it is. He's doing the right things. You know.
Allie Kane said, "It's amazing. I cashed out on 50X yesterday."
Never be too greedy. I'll tell you what.
So, I've been in this game a long time, man. There's always going to be people out there that are upset, and there's always going to be people out there that are happy. And some people make right decisions, some people don't. So I generally don't entertain it too much. I believe that when crypto, if you are involved in this stuff, especially in the meme coin game, you have to be on it. You have to be paying attention and watching things. And when we did our strategy call this morning, we talked about it. And I said, look, guys, the dude put up a $5 million sell wall. What? And the sell wall wasn't a set sell wall. It was infinity sell wall. Meaning that no matter the further the price went up, the more difficult it would be to push, right? Because he put an infinity sell wall. If he did a 50% sell wall on version 3, we probably could have worked with that. But he didn't. He went the whole shebang and went infinity. he's like, fuck y'all. I'm like, oh, fuck you. And then the price pumps another 20x, and then you put $500,000 of liquidity in there. And all of a sudden, you made it difficult for that big red candle to go down. So that's essentially what happens with projects. I mean, we did it with Nope. If I know that Salah's going to come in and buy some up or buy up the market, I'll pull some of my liquidity and just make it easier for him. Do the opposite of what Sami did. Sami, instead of helping the market move, he put concrete barriers in the way.
Oof. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Well, so at this point, we don't have to worry about that. Because Solid Hex is in control, and it's,
Yeah, this guy's nutso, man. He's having fun. He loves it. Where else can you have this kind of fun with money and enjoy things? So, and we get a community, we get to have fun together, and we all get to make fun, make money, have fun together, and just enjoy life. And I think that's, with my No Permissions community, that's exactly what we have. We've come together and we share what some people will consider the secrets and stuff. And we've learned how to be liquidity providers. We've learned how to sell high, buy low instead of buy low, sell high, and just a lot of education all the time. It's pretty fun. Okay.
And we have a good time doing it,
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on, everybody? It's your host, the Crypto Wonder from the Crypto Wonder Podcast. Let's get right into it. Hope you're doing well. So, we're going to continue with this blog. in my discovering observations that provoke some thought and forces me to ask questions to people about their, not necessarily behaviors in real life, but their behaviors on the chain of what some of us know as to be post-chain. There's an influencer who says he's been, in crypto for at least 10 years, and it seems like he's sort of respected, I'd like to say. Since Post-Chain launched, this particular influencer has also become a founder. And let me just say this too, because personally, since it's available for people to create their own coins and their own economic system, which is what's afforded. It seems like this is what's afforded in DeFi, especially with Post-Chain. Then have at it. My thing is, and has always been, avoiding loss, avoiding getting into a position where you lose. Now, we understand the risk with crypto. We understand that life is risky, and crypto, being that is completely attached to money, the volatility is through the roof, and if you want to experience maximum gain, you have to go through maximum pain and deal with the supreme volatility that occurs in these markets. The influencer that many people know is Randy Hilarski. So here we have Post-Chain. A few months ago, since Randy's been active in crypto for a long time, and he says he has his own, private group, and he's launched coins. Like I said, he's become a founder. A few months ago, him and someone who he says is a benevolent whale, I guess they decided to create a coin, a meme coin, in the likeness of another influencer in crypto and even in Post-Chain. It created another coin after his founding coin. He created a coin called Soy Me token, I guess to favor the likeness of your friend Sami. And he stated that, the purpose of creating that coin was to, I guess, what he says, edify Sami as being a respected person in Post-Chain community. The value of the coins that they distributed or allocated to Sami on paper was worth $5 million. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not as if Sami, if he wanted to, could have extracted the entire $5 million, right? But this bag of meme coins were sent to him, and the understanding is so that people, including Sami, would have a fun, decent crypto experience. Sometimes it's hard to see what you're doing when you're doing it, so I'm trying to present something from an objective perspective, from outside looking in. And to be honest, I have to be fair, I have to be honest and say that sending somebody some coins like that, $5 million worth, to where they wake up one morning and see there's $5 million worth of coins in their wallet out of nowhere because someone or a group of people want to edify you, enlighten you, support you, improve you. Maybe edify was the wrong word, or praise you. I don't know. All of that seems bizarre. All of that seems crazy. That's me. That action just alone, you just sending coins somewhere. What's the angle? Well, they said the angle was to have fun. Have fun, they called it. You know, this occurred a few months ago. At the time of this recording, this occurred 4 or 5 months ago. So this is not something that was as recent as, today, yesterday, or last week or whatever. But it begs the question. It begs the question. Why do people not understand when questions arise? Is everything dealing with questions related to FUD? Related to, again, just hating on? No, it's not. Not at all. Okay? You have a person like Randy who's made tons of content. Seems like he's an independent thinker, right? He's a leader in his own right. Created his own coins, created his own subculture or sub-ecosystem within the Pulse Chain ecosystem. And you're engaging in different activities that folks now describe as experiments. They've tried it, they'll see what sticks and what doesn't stick, what works, what doesn't work. But can you really be upset for what Sami did as a result? Can you really be upset? Why would you be upset? Because this is what happens. When you find, like, you what is the premise? What position? What's your intention in all this? What was the intention? Because the whole thing about having fun in crypto doesn't really resonate well to me by doing things like that, right? Because people who might have gotten interested and excited to jump into Sami coin and trade Sami coin after declaring that hours after the coin was launched, it went up 600x in value. People are not only going to be excited, they're going to ape in. They're going to want to ape in. They're going to want to participate. Right? They get hit with the biggest shot of dopamine and want to experience some of that euphoria. And for what? Because no less than 24 hours later, everything dissipates. That dragon that you were chasing to feel that natural high burned you. You got burned if you were participating in the sense where you're not experiencing 600x anymore because Sami decided, I don't know, can't say for a fact, I can't prove this because I'm not interested in proving this, but those coins that were allocated were then sent to V3, single side, built a cell wall, infinite range, to where it hampered the ability for the prices to pump. It hampered the ability for anyone to be interested to make money, to use the coin and make money with the coin. He locked it up, in a sense, quote unquote, put it in V3, infinite range, cell wall. On paper, $5 million worth. And then Mr. Hilarski stated that Sami could have done a few things. Yes, he could have rugged a coin. And when he said he could have rugged a coin, he said, but then with the somewhat of a smirk or a smile said, but then that's when we keep moving forward because it won't be the end. And no worries, we won't quit. Not everyone has that same attitude or wherewithal or strength or understanding of what crypto is. So when they jump into something that you support, that you talk about as someone that people trust by default based on your number of years that you've been in crypto, that you've espoused that you've been in crypto, and all the paid groups that you've had and insider information that you share with each other and education that you offer, people are going to believe in what you say and copy everything that you're talking about because they want to also experience some good and success. Why is that so difficult and even obscure for people to understand? I'm not speaking in an abstract, I'm speaking in English, and my thoughts are not abstract when it comes to these things. This is not difficult to comprehend. Okay? So it's a thing of, okay, yes, I know you got burned. It's okay. Suck it up. Tomorrow's another day. When that whole situation could have possibly been avoided. And you could have stuck to whatever it is that you have going on to help people continue to have great experiences in crypto. But I guess when you're talking about experiments, you don't know how things will unfold. You don't know what the outcome will be. So it's a risk you take. You're taking even more risks in a riskiest markets known to man. It's not about having fun, in my opinion. It's more about gambling. It's more about appealing to a person's addictive personalities akin to gambling and encouraging and feeding that thirst, feeding that craving, practically feeding that disease. That's what that was. It lasted maybe less than a day. It lasted less than a day. Not everyone has the skill set or the courage or the internal strength and fortitude to just give up or not give up, but to just take that on the chin and move on. But see, I'm compelled to really understand that people who have been placed in leadership positions by default, who have, right, they garner the popularity, they got people following them, they start to issue paid courses or groups and exclusive this and secrets and trading whatever coins and launching coins and participating in these activities. You build a following, right? And the thought of exercising responsibility and being accountable for your actions almost fades. It fades. It doesn't rest in a person's first mind. Because in activities like that, it just looks like people just think about themselves and how they can get paid. Even if they do say, I never get to get the first pumps. I just watch and enjoy the thrill. But not everyone is understanding your perspective. Not everyone is going to yield the same benefit per se, right? Because they just basically simply adore you for just being in a position to lead them and to think for them. This is some of the things that just comes with being a leader. And this is why responsibility and just applying some level of intelligence matters, and it's important. It's important. Okay? You know, I remember at the time when this was actively taking place, I was, listening to the streams and listening to his explanations and his thoughts on what took place, and he expressed displeasure and wished that Sami didn't, create a cell wall. He wished, that Sami, could have used it. Maybe he would have been able to just, extract some value on a weekly basis, upwards of $1,000 or $2,000, as long as, Randy's partner, the benevolent whale, would inject liquidity over a period of time. It would allow Sami to, basically have passive income. Might not be able to take out $5 million, but you could probably take out $2,000 a week. Some money a week, anything, and allow people to have a good, fun experience. Like, see, ideally, conceptually, that sounds good. Sounds good. But did it work? We have a lot of ideas, a lot of dreams, a lot of visions, a lot of fantasies, or whatever that we want. We would love to have materialize in our lives, right? Right. But you gotta be serious and be honest and be truthful and be real to yourselves too. At this point, Pulse Chain wasn't even a year old when this happened. It was a month short of turning into a year, right? Reaching its year anniversary. All right. We had a whole bunch of different activity and things going on the chain. Of course, rug pulls, scams. People are saying it's not a rug pull because the coin is still there, but folks can't do anything with the coin. So you don't call it a rug pull, but you could call it what? Did people make money off of it? Like, people bought into it maybe, and what? Maybe the few that got in the earliest got somewhat of a return or a series of multiples. You had people on your stream say they earned 50x. Not people, but a person say they made 50x on the stream. Like, how many people out of in your entire group got a 50x? Not many. These are the things that, it forces people to scratch your head. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a situation where you create your own economy, I guess. I'm not an economist or a financier like many people in the community pretend to be. There's nothing wrong with trying to really go through some type of trial and, call it experiment, like we're in high school, experiment, laboratory, biology, chemistry, etc., and try to make things work, right? But it's bizarre to me. It's bizarre. See, you could attach any price point. You could create a coin now out of nowhere, right? And give it a price. Whatever. You create the price. You want it to be $1 million, it could be $1 million worth. You want it to be $1 billion, it could be $1 billion worth. Doesn't mean you'll be able to take it out. We get that. But you understand, you said 10%, which was equivalent to 2.1 million of whatever amount of the total stack, 10%, which was 2.1 million tokens, that was on paper equivalent to $5 million US, and you're sending it across the world to someone who you don't even know, under the guise of, this is a game, this is what you do with your money, this is a game, it's just about having fun, having a good time.
Please make it make sense. And this is a rhetorical statement. I'm not looking for any. I'm just putting this information out there as far as thoughts and things, that weird things that take place in crypto. This is just one example out of many. And I gotta tell you this, right? Like, why would you send another man $5 million? What is it? I don't understand these people. Let me not digress. And it's not about hating, it's about bizarre. Like, what is that about? Like, for real, people, we can go through layers. We could break it down on some extra stuff. Like, what man is gonna send another man $5 million on paper and expect what in return? What? And just for the sake of, because you want to edify somebody? For what? For what? See, people have all types of reasons and motives and agendas and why they do what they do. It's just funny business to me. It's funny business. When Sami decided, and see, Sami is somebody who the community likes and stuff. You know, I don't really watch his content like that. I've seen, you know, him have his fair share of controversy. You know, they'll expose him saying that, you know, he was in the beginning a Richard Hart antagonist, and as you know, in the beginning, he wasn't supporting Hex, and you know, his voice went against everything Richard Hart related. And now it's just been different. He's evolved, and he still might show talking points that are contrary to RH Maxis, etc., things of that nature. But one thing that I gotta give credit to Sami is the fact that he did put a sell wall. He did put all those coins that he was given to a sell wall, because you got to think too, it's weird, in the spirit of having fun, you could say, yeah, these things about having fun, but this is also the internet, right? This is also about money, and lots of money. You talk about $5 million. You talk about creating something for one person so that he could possibly withdraw 1,000 or 2,000 a week. And why him, of all people, right? Like, you're targeting and singling out a person who can, attract unwanted types of attention and scrutiny that he didn't even ask for. As far as I know, y'all sent it to him like to surprise him or something like person didn't even ask for that type of scrutiny, and to have like that attention become like, have a target on their back. Why did this person just get an opportunity to get to withdraw X amount of dollars from somebody who is supposed to be a benevolent whale, flooding liquidity pools with money over a period of time to allow an entire subculture or sub-ecosystem to thrive? Why does one guy get to do that and every other people don't, like, right? So it's like Sami took upon himself, allegedly, to just do that, and it just spoke about character. Because on one breath, would it have been wrong if he dumped the coins? I don't think it would have been wrong if he did that. Many other founders of blockchains do that. Many other founders of blockchains that we know of, such as Ethereum, but that's a different story. They dump their coins on their followers like it's nothing. Okay. But then this was not something that was really favored, right? You wish he would have just, used the coins and had, used the coins as you intended them or thought that they should have been used for. However, in your minds, Mr. Alarski and Benevolent Whale, it's just weird, man. It just speaks about how everyone is not out here really willing to be bought. Because if you think about it, they would always have something over Sami if he would have accepted that, right? And obliged and used it however they thought that it could have been used, so that he can, maybe, promote it, shill it, while he's earning passive income from it, taking money out on a regular basis, that might over time add up to the amount that he was initially given on paper. Like, it's like having something over your head, and like it just lets me remember too that seems like, even though it doesn't seem like they had nefarious intentions, or I don't know, it makes me think about how sometimes all money isn't good money. And Sami basically, by there being a cell wall and sending those coins to the cell wall, kind of like rejected the offer, rejected the bag, rejected the allocations that he was given. And that speaks to character. You understand? I may not always accept or agree with what Sami talk about, but that, you know, that speaks to character. That's, you know, I guess he deserves some respect on that level for sure. And that's all I really wanted to say, because some of these guys that you guys follow, you know, everybody has their own agenda, folks. You know, everyone has their own agenda. And sometimes you have people that move in tandem. Show me your friends, I'll show you who you are. You know, like we trying to make sense out of things out here, trying to find a way to just, you know, enrich our lives and remove ourselves from the financial constraints that we're bound under, you know. And here we are in crypto, in DeFi specifically, where, man, opportunities are endless. But not all opportunities are your opportunities or my opportunities, right? So we just gotta just you know, take things with a grain of salt and apply some critical thinking every now and then. I think that would help. That'll help us filter through a lot of foolishness that we see thrown at us. For sure. Because not everyone out here wants to gamble. Even though this is a gamble. But there are levels to gambling. Life is a gamble. Not everyone out here wants to take extreme risks. Okay? And unnecessarily to expose yourself to the opportunity to lose so much, where you'll have to live another entire lifetime to recover from a loss that could have potentially allowed you to see massive gains in the future. But you're trying to chase a thrill for the short term and you lose for the long term. That's not cool. And ultimately everything rests on you. No one forces you to do anything in this crypto space. You have to decide what you want to do, when you do it, if this is for you and if it's not, and be at peace and content with the decisions and the outcome and consequences of your decisions. And with that, folks, I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Take care.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Time's collapsing. The money is magic. Checking code, making sure that the math passes. They show their asses in order to steal assets. Expose snake sackers when we cut these crypto grasses.